Most people think the universe is silent. But what if it's been whispering to you every single day, and you just didn't notice? Imagine realizing those random coincidences in your daily life. Seeing the same number everywhere, running into the same stranger twice, feeling déjà vu in the most unlikely places, aren't random at all. What if they're guidance, hidden messages, patterns pulling you toward a future you can't yet see? Rudolf Steiner once suggested that the visible world is only half the story, that the invisible is constantly shaping what we experience. And here's the controversial truth: by ignoring these universe signs, you might be missing the exact clues that could change your relationships, your career, even your destiny. Sounds crazy maybe, but wait until you hear what these patterns actually mean. The craziest part: you don't need psychic powers or spiritual gifts to catch them. You just need to know what to look for. And once you do, it's like the whole world starts talking back to you. You'll spot synchronicity on your commute, see angel numbers on receipts, and feel that déjà vu like a coded signal. And the more you listen, the more your life starts lining up in ways that feel impossible to explain. So, buckle up. Because by the end of this, you might never look at random events the same way again. And once you see the patterns, you can't unsee them. Which means your daily life is about to get a whole lot more interesting. It's funny, isn't it? You think about an old friend, and 2 hours later, they call you out of the blue. Most people chalk it up to random coincidences. But a wiser eye sees something more. A little nudge from the universe. These moments are often sprinkled throughout daily life, like breadcrumbs leading you toward something bigger. And if you've ever caught yourself wondering, wait, was that just chance? Well, maybe it wasn't. Take, for instance, Take 4. That time you kept seeing the same book title everywhere. On a bus ad, in a store window, even in a random online post. Coincidence, possibly, or maybe it's the universe dropping hints. If the book's about travel and you've been feeling stuck in routine, that's a pretty clear spiritual meaning. Picking up on these patterns isn't about superstition, it's about paying attention. Think of it as a secret language. Déjà vu, angel numbers, that song from high school playing just as you're thinking about old dreams. They're all hidden messages. A mentor once told me, life whispers before it shouts. Start noticing. Keep a simple journal, nothing fancy. Just write down the dates, times, and what you were doing when a sign appeared. Over time, you'll see guidance emerge. Of course, most people never bother to look closely, and that's why they miss the subtle guidance shaping their path. You can choose to stay blind. Or you can decide today to spot the clues, and trust me, the more you look, the more synchronicity you'll see woven into daily life. But that's just the start. What if I told you these clues might be hiding in plain sight? Every single day, the truth is, the universe doesn't send signs in flashing neon. More often, it hides them in the folds of your daily life. The morning commute, a casual coffee run, even scrolling through your phone can be fertile ground for synchronicity. The trick: slow down just enough to notice patterns you usually overlook, that repeated phrase you hear from 3 different people in one day. It's not just background noise. One practical method is to create micro-pauses during your day. While waiting in line, instead of diving into your phone, look around. Maybe you spot a stranger wearing the exact phrase you've been pondering on a t-shirt, or you overhear a conversation that answers a question you've been wrestling with. These moments can feel like coincidences, but they're often guidance. Hidden messages tailored just for you. Even your personal routines can turn into a treasure map of universe signs. For example, maybe you always pass the same mural on your walk to work, but today you suddenly notice a detail you've missed for months. That detail could carry spiritual meaning, nudging you to rethink a decision. It's almost like déjà vu. It feels familiar, but somehow charged with a different energy this time. The more you tune in, the more you'll realize the universe doesn't just visit you during rare moments. It's talking all the time. And once you start spotting these clues in your daily life, you'll see patterns forming that can shift your direction entirely. But there's one phenomenon in particular that often jolts people awake. And it's not as random as it seems. Déjà vu is one of those strange moments that make you stop in your tracks. Like reality just glitched for a second. Science says it's your brain processing a situation twice, almost simultaneously, creating the illusion you've been there before. But here's the twist. Spiritual traditions see déjà vu as a form of synchronicity, a signal from the universe that you're exactly where you need to be. 2 perspectives. One mysterious experience. Imagine walking into a cafe you've never visited. Yet everything feels oddly familiar. The scent, the arrangement of chairs, even the background music. Some say it's memory overlap, others claim it's your higher self nudging you toward a decision. Either way, déjà vu can be a form of guidance, pointing you to pay closer attention to what's unfolding in your daily life at that very moment. To work with déjà vu, you need to stop brushing it off. Treat it like an alert. Pause, breathe, and ask yourself, What was I thinking about right before this hit me? That reflection can reveal hidden messages about your path. I've seen people realize, in hindsight, that these moments appeared right before major life changes. New jobs, unexpected moves, or meeting someone who would alter their destiny. Here's the kicker. Déjà vu often pairs with other signs, like angel numbers or repeating patterns you can't ignore. It's the universe layering its messages, making sure you hear them loud and clear. And if numbers keep showing up in your world after one of these moments, you might just be standing on the threshold of something even more specific. Ever glanced at the clock and it's exactly 11,011, 3 days in a row? Or noticed receipts, license plates, and even phone numbers repeating the same sequence, like 333 or 777? These aren't just coincidences. They're what many call angel numbers, believed to be coded messages from the universe. In daily life, they show up when something in your energy or path is shifting, and they're worth paying attention to. Take 1 and 11, for example. It's often seen as a call to focus on your thoughts because they're manifesting quickly. 555 can mean big changes are coming, while 888 is tied to abundance and financial flow. If you're constantly seeing 444, it might be guidance that you're protected and on the right track. Whether you believe in the spiritual meaning or prefer to see them as patterns that sharpen your awareness, the impact is real. You can work with angel numbers by keeping a small number log. Write down when and where they appear and what you were thinking about in that moment. Over time, you'll see synchronicity between the numbers and key moments in your life. Think of it as the universe sliding you a note in class. Subtle but packed with meaning. The beauty is, angel numbers rarely show up alone. They often appear alongside déjà vu, uncanny patterns, or strange bits of guidance that seem to align perfectly. And that's where things get even more intriguing, because it raises the big question. Are we just seeing random chance, or is life itself weaving a bigger connected pattern? We've all had moments where events line up so perfectly it almost feels scripted. You think about a song and it starts playing. You meet someone who knows exactly the person you needed to connect with. These aren't always coincidences. They can be synchronicity, where life's patterns align in ways that feel both meaningful and uncanny. The trick is learning to spot when it's more than random chance. Synchronicity often comes with a certain charge, a gut feeling that something bigger is at play. For example, you've been contemplating a career change, and suddenly, in 1 week, 3 different people mention the same industry or opportunity. That repetition isn't just noise, it's guidance. The spiritual meaning behind these patterns often points to alignment between your inner thoughts and the outer world. One way to tell the difference between chance and true synchronicity is to check for frequency and context. Does the event happen once, or does it keep showing up in your daily life? And does it connect to something you've been actively thinking about or feeling? If yes, it's likely a hidden message meant for you. These patterns are the universe's way of speaking in a language beyond words. The deeper you go, the more you'll realize synchronicity is less about luck and more about awareness. Once you start paying attention, you see how life weaves its own web of angel numbers, déjà vu, and perfectly timed encounters. And that's when you can start using these signs, not just noticing them, to navigate your next big steps. Now that you've got the tools to read the universe's hidden messages, the question is, will you actually use them? Will you start noticing the coincidences, the synchronicity, the déjà vu moments, the angel numbers that keep showing up in your daily life? Or will you let them slip by, chalking them up to chance? While the guidance meant for you goes unheard. Because here's the thing, patterns aren't just there to entertain you, they're there to direct you. What if the next repeated number you see is the nudge you need to take that leap? What if that strange encounter this week is the setup for a life-changing opportunity? The spiritual meaning behind these moments isn't hidden from you. It's waiting for you to open your eyes. So I'll leave you with this. How different would your life look if you trusted these signs, even for just 1 month? How much could shift if you started following the threads instead of ignoring them? The universe has been talking to you all along. It's just time you started answering back. If this made you think, then don't just walk away. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep learning how to decode the patterns shaping your path. Because trust me, the next sign you see might be the one that changes everything.